Oh, man. Is that it? Did that work? Is that long enough? I think so. What's up, guys? It's been a minute. Let's cross our fingers. I think everything's good. So, yeah, like I said, it's been a little bit. I was setting up. So the whole idea with that little intro thing is it gives me an opportunity to actually kind of click the live button and then still set up, so I'm not trying to scramble for absolutely everything. There's a few things that I can forget on the way. So as long as that works, we should be good. Excited to finally try your tape and clay bar today? Hell yeah, man. That's awesome. Hope you like it. I'm especially fond of the clay bars. I use the glacade tape on everything. Any like back window, I use it on. So like I'm a big fan of that. But clay bars to me were like when you start wiping that over a defroster, it's just impressive. So yeah, hope you like it. So one of the tricks too is like trying to find music that doesn't suck that I can actually use on stream. And I don't really need to use it through the whole stream, but like if I'm gonna have like an intro, I didn't want it to be super boring. I don't know. I do what I can. So there's a bit of a start looking through a bunch of music, see what YouTube flags, see what's okay. I actually have a subscription to Epidemic Sound that I've been using for a while, so listen to a bunch of stuff on Friday, trying to find some stuff that like had a cool vibe to it. So hopefully we found something cool. What's the weather like up there today? It's cold, man. Our weather took like a sharp turn. We had a hot, clear summer, and then we had a sharp reminder what Michigan's really like. So it's just like nice through the summer, which was really surprising compared to last year. And then it just went boo. So we're at like, I don't know, we're hovering in like the 40s and the 50s, usually. More on the colder side for sure. All right, so we got a bit of a project today. We have a Jeep Liberty that we're going to be doing. They added the windshield, so we're going to be doing full windshield, full vehicle. There's currently nothing on the back at all, so it's a fishbowl, and we're going to make it look good. So we're going to be using Classic Pro today on the whole thing. So it's going to be a bit of a lengthy stream, but that's always good, right? I don't have a microphone on right now. What I'm hoping is I did. Oh, is it working? So I've noticed in the last few streams that the GoPro has been jittery. Nobody really says anything. I don't know how many people notice. I'm assuming everybody would notice because I see it. But what I'm hoping is I changed a couple things up, and I'm hoping that it'll go straight to the computer this time rather than the other way that I had it set up, and it'll stream better. We're using a different program, so if the audio doesn't work on this, then I'll have to go back to a wireless mic. But what I'm hoping is that it'll hopefully just work, and there'll be no problems. Oh, shit. I just realized I didn't change my video settings on it either, which should be fine, I think. Which one did I have for this one? Yeah, so we're going to switch over. How do we switch over? Does that work? Hey! That works. I think we're good. That looks like everything's working. Media source. And then we go back to... Yep. Wrong one. I put it in studio mode. So then if I click play here... Oh, wait. We want to pause. Voice is clear? Yeah? That's working? Good deal. Okay. All right. Sweet. So we can switch over to this. I did a couple things because technical shit that's really annoying, but we're gonna switch over and we're gonna get started then. Little background fan. That's gonna be from my heater. That's all good. I don't care about that. Because the other software I was using, it was going like, you'd switch over to the GoPro audio and it was unusable. It was just stuttery and like, it didn't work at all. So I probably have to tweak a couple of the mic settings, but honestly, not that big of a deal. We can run with it today and it should be good. I just hope that it's smoother and it's usable. And I guess we'll find out afterwards. Because I forgot. God, I always get tangled. Because there's always like 100 little things that I have to tweak, and I forgot to put the filters and stuff on it. Oh, this seems better though, just looking at the way that the computer works. So, brief overview of studio mode. I can see my GoPro thing, and I can see my regular camera too. My little monitor for the GoPro before was very jittery. I don't know. It was really dumb. It worked before, and then it stopped working, like consistently. Tried a bunch of things. Nothing seemed to work. So I literally had to reset up my whole RTMP GoPro server dealy locally, and now that seems to be okay, I guess. I hope. Sweet! That's neat. So I guess we gotta get started, huh? I still feel like there's 50 other things. That I'm forgetting. Got some poopies on this one. But, honestly, not bad. Yuck. Have I done the new Camry? Yeah. The quarter glass? Oh, you should check out the older ones, too. The older ones, that was like a staple of the Camry. The car was pretty easy, and then the quarter windows on the older ones, they kind of sucked. Keeps buffering and stopping. We'll keep an eye on it. We may have to go back. I sure hope not, man. No buffering on my end. Okay. If there's like the YouTube little wheel thing, that's on your end. If it's looks like it's just freezing randomly and stuttering, that's my end. Okay. Looks smooth. Okay, all right. We're gonna run with it. Is it bright enough? It should be. Cool. All right, so it seems to be working. If it does, like I said, it does the little wheel thing, that's on your end. If it does something different, like if it looks like it's jittering and I'm freezing all the time and the audio is crap and shit like that, that's probably on my end. So, as long as we're good there, there should be, cross your fingers, no issues. Not bad for all the fucking shit that I had to do to the stream this week. That's always the thing, like you set up 50 things. Oh wait, transition. I'm still getting used to studio mode though. Have you tried Mike Sanchez's lint-free towels? Oh, I was gonna offer those. I was thinking about doing stuff like that. No, I haven't, but I know there's a bunch of places that you can get like labeled ones. A big thing in the detail community is the Rag Company. So you can get a lot of like self-branded towels and stuff like that pretty easily. I have not tried those ones yet, but I think lint-free is more helpful than not. You don't need it, but they would be probably helpful for like one main reason that I'll go over later. Okay. Where can I get mirror tint? That is gonna be like a, that's gonna be like an eBay special. Since I turned on Wi-Fi, it's not buffered. Well, there you go. I gotta turn up my headphones a little bit too, I think. That's good. Hopefully everything just works. God damn it. Getting to that workable state has been such a challenge. And then I go back and I look over the footage and I'm like, God, how did I go for so long on jittery fucking GoPro? I mean, I even switched to the 9, but the 9 looked worse. I used to love doing these liberties. These liberties are like one of my favorite things to tint. They're pretty straightforward. You can get by off of a 36 if you really want to. This back glass pops up. The seals on the doors are like a little bit wide, but nothing crazy. But it's been, I'll be honest, it has been slower on leads and stuff here for sure. There was supposed to be a couple windshields that I was doing today as well. Oh yeah, like somebody just said in chat, I'm Nick. That was the mirror gold stuff that I installed before that somebody brought me. I had a guy on Saturday? No, Thursday. Thursday he brought me film to do just a back window on a VW Golf. And it worked out just fine. Ooh, let's put that there. Okay, film. We need film. Classic 20. So we're gonna be doing 20. We're gonna be doing something a little bit different. We're gonna be doing 20 on the doors, and then the cargo area we're gonna be doing 5. Got that. Is it on? It is. Cool. But yeah, like I was saying, it's definitely been a little bit slow for leads and stuff on my end. The weather turned, and sometimes it picks up and everybody calls all at once, and then it just drops off. So the count that I typically tint at, they're still doing okay, but like they have residual stuff booked up from before. But as far as like new leads and stuff, it's definitely, we're getting that winter lull right now. And that'll pick up and slow down from time to time throughout the whole winter. That's just kind of how it goes. I just want to keep my stream, man. Just let me keep my stream. Am I using a 24? Yeah, but you can definitely use a 20. I just don't have a 20 with me. I'm keeping my ordering pretty simple. I just have them cut 36, 24. Because they've got 72-inch rolls now, so you can do 36, 36, and then you can do 24, 24, 24. It just makes it easy. I feel like I probably went a little wide. That'll probably be okay. Famous last words. Make sure that sticks where we need it. Reason I asked is I got my rolls cut 36, 24. That's really, really common. You'll do fine with that. Have I tried the V Nano? No, not yet. I get asked about it a lot, so I suppose I should probably try it. But it's not something I ever intend to offer. Maybe if I had somebody like on the fence, and then it was like, well, you know, I do have a ceramic, but it's a lesser warranty, but it's one of those things where I wouldn't really bring up unless I absolutely had to. So it just doesn't fit what I'm trying to sell here. Finally got the guts to leave the shop. Nice. Go on my own. Very cool. Dang, dude. That's a big step. It took me shit, it took me like 10 years to do that shit. This is really like first full year, I'd say, that I've been like kind of on my own, but even then I'm still partnered with like a shop that is cool. I like them though. They're nice people. I cut my finger too, so I did something really dumb on Friday. Don't keep your hand in front of where the blade's going when you're cutting a pin apart. Is that good? I think so. Yes, that'll be perfect. Good deal. Been tinting on my own since the start. Somebody else has been on their own for 6 months. Nice. Very nice. It's a big step, for sure. I always have like 1 foot in one door, 1 foot in another door. It's just how I've always been. I never take one giant step. I was like still tinting here, still doing this, still doing that, while I'm trying to get something else going. Until that other thing looks like you can make that, you know, final like hop to it, but with a lot of security. You know, and it's kind of funny. There's a lot of people that you wonder, like, how did they start a shop? Like, this guy's a jackass. And then you realize later on, you're just like, oh, they just did it. Like, they just started. They couldn't be bothered to listen to anybody else on what could possibly go wrong, so they just did it and kept going. They didn't overthink anything, they just did it. That goes a long way. The one card that's hard to do is a 95 Cadillac DeVille. Well, they're not making very many of those anymore, so I think you're pretty safe. They'll still be cars that I just say I won't do or I don't do. You can try and price them kind of like out of the realm. Like that's another safe way to do it. It's like, look, if you want me to do this, this is gonna take, you know, half a day, 3/4 of a day, full day, and I'm gonna waste so much film on it, and at the end of it, I don't know if you're gonna get the result that really makes it worth that. It's just because that's not in your wheelhouse, right? You could, and I still think, like, props to people that still pull stuff like that off. I don't know, man. I guess I'm not that tinner to take on, you know, a challenge, much of a challenge for the sake of it being a challenge. I think you learn from it for sure, and you're probably better off in the long run from doing it. But initially, it's like, do I have these cars calling me regularly? No. Am I gonna make more doing 2 cars than this 1 car? Probably. What is the point of me doing this car? I don't know. That's one of those, it's just one of those things. What kind of cars do I hate tinting? I just old stuff that, like classic cars especially. I am not the guy to do classic cars. I can, but they're just like, I started tinting well after classic cars were a thing. So I never really had to learn a lot of the tricks to stuff like that. Like somebody in chat said, anything older than 2000. Generally, I'll go a little before that, but it really just depends on the type of vehicle for sure. Like I don't just blanket say no because it's before 2000, but I will like take a little bit of time, look it up, see what I'm getting into. Most cars in like earlier 2000s and before, like they'll be fine. They'll be harder, but I can do them. But it's just like, look, I don't want to charge you double to do this car, but if I have to, for me to get it, you know, like I'll give a good example. Is a 1980 Corvette. You got to take the back hardware apart. You got to heat it up. You got to take some extra time doing it. It's a difficult back window. And generally speaking, some cars like that just aren't very well taken care of either. So it's like you get a lot of people that don't want to spend very much money on it. They're most, at least that I've encountered, they're not trying to like authentically restore the car and dump 30 to 40 grand into it. They're just like, yeah, I bought it, I like it, I want it tinted. So it's good to challenge yourself, but be realistic. That's just where I sit on it. That doesn't make me a better tinner. If anything, that makes me a worse tinner, but hey, you gotta do what pays the bills. And if I can be more efficient about more stuff that I'm gonna get, I'll lean more towards in that direction. Like, I do a lot of newer cars, do a lot of new leases. This is the stuff in my day-to-day. So when somebody asks me about a boat, boats aren't, I'm not the boat guy. And I wouldn't get very many boats here either. Dang.
This seems to be working. I think. That's good. I was nervous about it. Where's the balloon popping? Oh, balloon, she's up there. She's up there. I think everybody's super chatted out from last time, though. I tweaked a couple little things. Gave a lot more time. We have the same balloon, but I changed the time. I also had to get my oldest brother, involved. He does a lot of programming. So we have a 3/4 baked program that's been working okay. It just glitches sometimes. So it basically, when somebody super chats, it like adds time, and like it's gonna be, you know, it does more time, and then there's just a lot of back end stuff. Nope. That was the wrong button. Oh, nope. That was the wrong button. Nope. Did it work? Or is it more?
Wait. There it is. Somebody said. Steven! Steven, thank you. I think we set it to 5. It's going right now. It is working. Did the lights flash? I don't know if the lights flashed. I put like 20 seconds, I think, for like $5. Ooh, it worked. Holy shit. Awesome. Yeah, it did work. Steven, thank you so much for the $2. Versatility, thank you so much for the 5. Let's test it out, shall we? Yeah. I'm like, I appreciate it. I'm also in like trying to see if it actually does or not. It is working, so. I can hear the air just hissing. Okay, good. All right. That's my inevitable doom. With enough time. Excuse me, I just spit everywhere. All right, let's continue. All right, let's continue. So, what I noticed about the last stream was that the balloon really took away from like first and foremost, this is like a tinting stream. So anything that takes away from it, I want to be really careful about. So it went out of hand a little bit last time. I want it, like my intent with it originally is just like something that just hangs out in the background that just kind of looks like slow, inevitable doom. That's fun. Not necessarily the main feature, so we gotta learn here and have some fun. But what's this stream without having a good time? Snap those. So typically I'll do the doors and then I'll worry about the back. I kind of forget that we also have a windshield to worry about. Oh, I hope I have my screwdriver for that. I totally forgot. I need a flathead. Let me turn up my voice chat. Oh, it's almost up. Maybe I gotta just turn up my headphones. Okay. Do I ever use a heat gun to warm up my coffee? Ooh, I do have it. Cool. No. Usually the thermos works well enough. Oh God. $10. I hate Arena. Oh, it's going. Holy shit. I don't know what I said at $10. Thanks to just watching your videos. I have tinted 4 cars, sedans, 2 SUVs, and a wagon. Thanks for all the knowledge. Hell yeah, dude. Dude, that's awesome. I'm so proud. Thank you so much for the $10. Why aren't the lights blinking, though? I gotta fix that, I guess. With one thing that worked. Holy shit. I'm really proud of that. Oh, God. Oh, they are working. Hell yeah. T-Jet. T-Jet with the 10. Thanks, my dude. I've been super busy lately. What's poppin'? Oh. It didn't work. Super chat sounds gone? What? Oh, come on. Don't tell me they're gone. They shouldn't be. Let me run this. Oh. Something's wrong. What happened to smart things? Don't tell me that now. Something's wrong. We can't load your screens. Sounds work for me? Oh, well, somebody's got sounds. You guys... Somebody's trolling. Here. 1 second. Huh. That's goofy. Okay, I ran it. It's working on some end, and then it's being stupid on another. Thank you so much for the 10. That's good you've been busy. I wish I was busier too. Wow. So, this is my Smart Things window, and it's currently busted. I don't know. Transitions. Everything should be good. All right. I got trolls, all right? I'm trying not to get too derailed. Thank you so much for the 10. I appreciate it. Let's get back on track. Oh my God. Okay. Why isn't it working now? The lights work. Oh. Guys, I apologize. I don't know what is going on right now, but my whole... Why? Why is it being stupid? My account. Here, I'm gonna sign back in. No, I'm not. I'm a user. When something works, something else breaks. Congratulations. Congratulations, you guys broke it. All right, well, whatever the case, I don't know. It sometimes works and sometimes doesn't. So I will push the button here and there. I hate Arena. Here's for testing the lights. Thank you so much again for the 5. $10 and $5. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. The lights work. I don't know what the other deal is. We'll figure it out. But we really gotta tint this. We gotta tint this. That's the easy part, though. The other thing could be maybe the alerts aren't working when I'm on the GoPro. I don't know. I really did do a bunch of work on this over the past like 5-6 days. But I didn't have an opportunity to really test it very thoroughly because you can't really test it unless you're streaming. So we'll figure it out as we go. And we need a clay bar. No, not that one. This one. Will you consider tinting commercial? No, not really. I would go on a commercial adventure with somebody, I think. But that's about as far as I'm gonna go with it. Auto is my specialty, and I just never, like, this kind of goes back to what I was talking about with classic cars and stuff. Commercial just is not my specialty. And I don't have, this is gonna sound annoying, like kind of dumb too. One of the reasons I moved in here was so I could stream. So anything that kind of takes away from me streaming, which would be architectural, I'm gonna pretty much avoid until we get to like a good point with this stream, I guess.
First is first, build up a consistent schedule and time here, and then we'll worry about other things. So I use a clay bar for most of the window, and then I've been using a little towel on the top edge to help clean that. Like with a clay bar, you'll see like there's a little bit of slurry, schmutz, whatever that can get left behind. Some of that will collect, like, so even when you squeegee it, some will just collect up there. So I do think a lint-free towel would be nice just for that area. After you've cleaned it, you just like pick it all up with that. Clay bar does a really good job at picking a lot of that up, but also scrubbing it out. These seals are tighter. I'm not sure. I realized just how tight. Hopefully that's okay. I knew they were felt, but these definitely are a little weighter, a little tighter. So you just want to make sure, wiggle it a little bit as you're tucking it in. It usually helps free it up enough to keep going and get to where you need to go and then stop. Ooh, that's a nice corner. Dang! Holy shit, that's awesome. Thank you so much for the 5. Started tinting at 14, now I'm 17 and tinting cars daily. Dude, that's fucking great. Dude, thank you so much. I love hearing stuff like that. It's like, you can go beyond and do whatever you want alongside of tinting. Tinting's like a really good way of making money. And it's a great career on top of that. But it's like you can do it however you want. So being like 14, probably tinting a bunch of buddies' cars, and then now full clients and shit like that. Dude, that's awesome. You can do it on the weekends. You can do it every day. However you want to do it. It's super cool. I got my first car next weekend. Any advice? What kind of car you got? Just schedule yourself a lot of time. That would be my main thing. Give yourself more time than you would think that you need. Don't be overly picky. Do the best you can with the time you have. You will always notice a little bit more than any of your customers ever would. Ford Focus? What year? Got my Tint Wiz tri-edges. I didn't get my Tint Wiz tri-edges. That's awesome though. Yeah, they did a huge like giveaway last stream, which was super cool. I'd imagine they're still doing stuff like that right now. If you check out Tint Wiz, use the promo code WIZARD, I think is what they said. Then they'll ship you some free ones. Or just message their support and be like, hey, I need them. And they'll be like, okay. 2015? Oh, okay. Honestly, not too bad. One more question for you is it the hatchback? Or is it a sedan? I do have some streams with Focus Specifically the hatchback. I did the RS. That's going to be the exact same as any of the other hatchback ones. The doors aren't too bad. The front paneling can get a little bit in the way, but Fords are pretty straightforward. They give you really loose seals. I was jealous. Tint Wiz, I saw them sending signs, like full 3D fucking crazy ass signs, and it's like, that's cool. Send me an RGB version. I'd pimp the shit out of an RGB version. Why do I always have wrinkles? You're just new. I guess. It's just like, that's another way of saying like, why do I make mistakes? It's just like, it depends on how long you've been tinting. It's just, it always comes with being newer. That's what it sounds like. I've been there. Believe it or not, tinting can become like the easy part, and then logistics and everything else can become the hard part. But it takes time to get there. Clean, clean, clean. I should scrub this with a towel first and then see what it looks like with clay bar after. The clay bar really gets that shit out of there. So, I remember one of the hardest parts of this window was always this part right here. It's felt and it kind of pinches tight against the glass. This one's longer, but I don't know. I always had an easier time tucking it over here, and then I have to fight on this side. It's been a while since I've done one of these Liberties, but man, I was always a happy camper when I got these. Especially if you cut them wide. You definitely don't need to. Oh, if you guys are looking to pick up Geo, yeah, like somebody said in chat, Cubby Wolf, Burns, those are both, they hang out in the group. They're both Geo. Also, you can go to GeoShield USA and get in contact with them there. Call, they're super friendly people. So, not hard to get in contact with. You don't have to go through like dark alleys and stuff. Their business. There we go. Nice. That's kind of what I want to see. Yeah, super nice people for sure. Oh, it's so nice to not wear my wireless mic and just use the GoPro. That makes my life easier. It's one less thing. still gotta prep that windshield, so we're gonna have to do that. We'll probably get that all set near the end of these doors. See that? So look at the way that it's binding up when it goes in there. Just be careful. So as you're sliding it into where you need it to go, you just want to be really careful of how it's looking as you're tucking it in, right? So you want to try and get it in as smooth as you possibly can. A little bit wrinkled is okay. Like I said, this is where it can really pinch up. So if we went too far, we might have to redo this one. I'm not liking that. But you gotta have it going smooth, or you're gonna have problems. This is a little bit. There we go. Thank you for the 5. If I have a GeoShield, or if I want to get GeoShield, do I need to have a registered shop and a minimum quantity? No. No, generally speaking, no. So call them, talk to them, and set up an account, and they just want some information about you. So you don't need like an $8,000 buy-in or something kind of obscurely high. They just basically need to know, like, hey, I'm getting started, or I'm a tinter, or I'm a wannabe tinter, whatever the case is. Just talk to them and they'll get you set up. They're one of the more accessible companies, for sure. Ooh, we got some shit in that one. That is no good. See what I mean by keeping it flat? It mostly did, but we had to fight with it a little bit too much. That's one. Oh God, do I have it? I'm thinking. Where did, you know those things that you should always bring, and then like you get through the day and then you totally forget about it? I think one of those things is missing from my toolbox. Pretty sure it's in the garage. I was gonna tape it, but I don't think we can. So we'll cut it slimmer. So we gotta hop back a few steps. Recut this one out. Yeah, I wasn't kidding. That one's a little tight on that back edge. And with it being a little older, I'm still hesitant to use tape, but I'm pretty sure it would have helped out in that. It just adds thickness, so. You got more room on that side to tuck in, and on this side. F's in chat. Yeah, man. We're gonna stay real shallow. Because you don't need to go very far. The farther you go, the harder it's gonna be. So who do I contact to get more info? Just contact them on their website. You either talk to probably Burns or Cubby. GeoShieldUSA.com, or yeah, like people are saying on Facebook, you can try and
direct contact on Facebook, but there's no reason you have to. It's just those are a couple of different ways. There's nobody special that you have to talk to in the company. Those are just like the two most likely people that you're gonna, like, when you call or send an email or whatever you want to do. Those are the two people that you're most likely are gonna talk to. How long is the glass aid tape roll? 100 feet. 100 feet, you usually get about 10 cars out of it. Alrighty, round 2. What the fuck? Thoughts about tinting stolen cars. How? Who? If you got clients bringing you stolen cars that you know are stolen, I probably wouldn't touch that shit. Also, like, why? I won't get my windows tinted. It's just stolen. Don't they usually just strip them and part them out? I have a lot of questions. Like, if you know, I would just, like, maybe avoid the situation. It's not really, like, I don't think you could be tied to it in any way. It's just like, yeah, a client brought me a car. I tinted it. The end. But, like, it's... they just go up to you and go, hey, we stole this. Can you tint it? Like... Weird. Come on. There we go. Just need it to shift down a little bit. Where's my... Oh, I misplaced my blue. All right. Again. Round 2. Easy on that side. We're gonna just gonna go down with it and not give it much of a reason to ever bring something out. There we go. Much better that time. So the main way to not get felt feeding back in your tint is to not get the, like, not give it a chance basically to feed back out. So you wash it, you sweep it, and then it's about keeping it smooth and in. The more you see it bunch up and pull back, and that's giving it an opportunity for stuff to feed back in. The more little vacuums you create, the worse your job's gonna be. So, just be careful. So we readjusted for this one. We cut it a little bit slimmer on the side, and then went very carefully as we squeegeed it out, which is a little bit scary for me because if it's not laid down, then you might end up creasing it when you try and tuck it down like that, but sometimes it works out. But I'd probably get some thin tape for that one. Seems like it would work maybe a little bit better. So these are annoyingly slim. Let's go ahead and finish the rest of the roll downs though before we work on those. We'll kind of do all the quarter windows together. What time is it? It's 1? Okay. No balloon? No, we do have the balloon. It's kind of glitching though, so super chat with caution if you're ballooning it up. I don't know what happened. It was working. Like I said, and then at best I can tell, the app just crashed. I don't know why it won't even let me access any of my controls. That's bizarre to me. What am I connected to? Oh! I'm connected to the wrong Wi-Fi spot too. That could be why. Maybe. I don't know. Anyways, we gotta continue. We gotta continue. Not too shabby. Neato. We got that. I got that over here. This is what I need next. Again, this is one of those panels where it like half sticks. So it works with some of it, but not all of it. Sometimes works less. Roll down, clean. Bought some tools from Tint Depot. Oh, cool. Yeah, good people over there too. Every time I cut the top edge, I get like what'd you say, like a shark bite? You gotta adjust, make sure you snap off a blade. So a couple things. Make sure your blade angle is, like the straighter you make it, the easier it's gonna cut. You always got to do a little bit of an angle though. I just realized this was live. YouTube recommended it. Oh dang, we're hitting some recommended on YouTube. That's awesome. YouTube, I think, they've been favoring live streaming. They're slowly working on upping their live streaming game. It's been cool to see. Yeah, so if you're new here, I just pretty much tint full cars live. I have chat that runs straight to my headphones, so I hear the vast majority of comments. If I'm talking, sometimes it's hard, like, to keep up with every question that gets asked. So I try and respond though. So if you have a question about tint installation or anything that I'm doing, feel free to ask. I hear it over a Microsoft Sam voice. And yeah, we just tint full cars. We also blow up balloons. Can you make a video of how to cut? I got a lot of videos on the channel that already cover that. So like how to hand cut window tint, look that one up. It's really, really detailed. Yeah, my whole channel, if you go back past a year, I used to make videos exclusively. Now I pretty much live stream exclusively. There's also a lot of other good creators too that have detailed videos, which is one reason I stopped kind of making so many how-to tutorials. They're just like, they're a lot of work. And generally, you don't see quite as much as you do in a live stream. So like you get a little bit more detailed in a well thought out video, but there's kind of like the ones that were made a couple years ago are still very relevant today. Not much changes in window tinting. So if you want to see how it's done in real time, it's pretty much what I specialize. So that's pretty much what I specialize in now. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. It's like my shank. Where's my shank? We needs that. Do I recommend any window tinters on YouTube? Nah, they all suck. No, there's a lot of good ones. You have Patrick Latman, formerly Window Tinting Business. He's got a good channel. There's Window Tint Warriors. There's Best Deal Window Tint, although his isn't so much tutorials, but he does have some dating farther back. You have Fade to Black. There's not that many, though. Go figure. Wonder why there's not that many. Texas Tint Masters is another good one. See, the thing about making tint videos is that you just make more money tinting. And it generally, like, when somebody goes to make an actual tint video, they're doing it on somebody's car. So they only have so much time with that car, so they gotta like do their video and then edit and everything like that, and they're still trying to run a business. So they don't necessarily go for that long. Oh yeah. Mike is definitely he's got a good channel. I forget. He does really straight to the point, like 5-10 minute videos right from a GoPro. Really, really good stuff. I don't think he likes me, but he's got a good channel. There's like, I think one of the funniest things is like, there's some goodwill between some of the channels, and then there's just like, I don't know, man. So dumb, tint drama, quote unquote, but it exists.
I got this little guy right here I gotta press out. Talk about plotters. Tint Stuff's channel? Oh, no, that guy's a shitter. No shitters. All right, let's get one more cover. Like hand cutting? Yeah, me too. Why don't you tape the seals? No. Maybe I have it over here. Let me check really quick. I normally don't. I will concede with this one that, yeah, I just don't have it. Oh, you know what I could do though? You want to see something so smart? I forgot I could do this. Why not this? This is like 5-head shit. So I normally don't tape things because most things you don't absolutely need to. But we had some problems with the back door on that one. We have, I don't know where we put our, like, I'll be honest, I think it's at home in my old garage. It's just something that I keep forgetting to bring in. So, my bad. There's a lot of those. Because when you're trying to figure out how to do other things, you forget things. This isn't as easy as what I'd hoped, though. But yeah, something like that. Ta-da! Dang, dude. Okay, that should help. We should have done that earlier. I just didn't think of it. Well, it was a good run, boys. Maybe that's why we don't do this. There we go. Okay. Okay, for those of you asking about the panel covers, it's a very common question. I don't have any magical tricks yet for covering door panels. This is literally Carpet Shield from Lowe's. It generally works out pretty good, but it doesn't stick to every panel. And as you guys know, with tape, tape doesn't stick to every panel either, so it's hard to find stuff that's consistent. This stuff, generally speaking, works pretty well though. Give me that P.O. box. Nope. You can't have it. No, just send stuff to the shop. Google Detroit Tint Studio, you can send stuff right to the shop. That's probably the easiest way to send me something. I don't actually have a P.O. box. Just tell them to leave it at the door. That'd probably be the best way to get something here. So, the stream froze. That's no good. Hang on, we're... Keep going. Keep going. A little bit more. There we go. Oh shit, we didn't cut these shorter either. It's probably something we should have done. This could be a meme. Might have to redo this one. Hopefully not, though. If it's laggy for you, I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do on my end. That's just YouTube. Oh wait, no, there is something that you can do. You can watch me on Twitch. Twitch sometimes works a little bit smoother, but I'm not affiliate or anything on there. But Twitch or Facebook, we stream to all of them. It's just things are a little quiet over on the Twitch side of things. I always forget about that. Twitch I almost stream to as an experiment. Come on, a little bit more. Ooh, we going deep. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Got it. Hell yeah, that's what we want to see. Sometimes you just set yourself up for failure. Does the window controls ever get damaged by spraying a lot of that thingy? It's very possible. It could happen. Generally, no. But if you spray more water, you want to do a couple things to try and protect your switches. So cover up your panels. And then the other thing is, if you don't have a plastic cover, which I suggest you should probably get, throw a towel over your switches. There's a plastic membrane in between. It's laggy on Facebook and Twitch as well. You need new internet. So best I can tell you is this is what I do when I'm mobile. I take a towel and throw it over the switch. The switch is really where any damage would happen. Dang, that worked out pretty nice. Good shit. All right, moving on. We got the doors done, meaning we can close this or shut it off. We have the little quarter windows to do, which is why the plastic's still on. And then we got the back. And then at the end, we will do the full windshield. Always save that to the end, except one thing we're gonna do now is we're gonna get it prepped because we have to let the windshield dry for dry shrinking. So you might as well get that out of the way and not stand there waiting for it to dry. So spray it just lightly, preferably with something like glass cleaner, not slip solution. Check it over. Look for anything bizarre. So this goes for every windshield. We got a lot of room on this one, like a lot of space. So this one's really straightforward. The one odd thing about this is they have an antenna glued here. So we're gonna have to take a little bit of time to get that adhesive off there. They have an oil change sticker up here, no biggie. But check in like top corners and lower corners for like sticker residue. You're gonna wanna check the whole thing regardless, but just for like any extra obvious things that might be on the glass, where after you have it tinted, you clean it off, and then you're like, oh shit, I wish I saw that. That's happened to me way too many times. This one seems pretty good. More often than not, they'll be pretty good. But especially if you live in a state with state inspections, chances are that it had or will have a state inspection sticker. And then we're going to prep this. So what I mean by prepping it really is like stuff on the outside. So I'll always tape it to protect from scratches. But the main thing is your dry shrink solution, however you want to do it. How do you pass state inspection with tint? You don't. You remove it and then tint it after the fact. Or you move to another state that doesn't have state inspections. Unless there's some like legal way to do it. Like if there's some medical exemption. What are you? Oh, you're a friendly little bug. If it was a spider, I wouldn't have been so calm. Yeah, sorry. There's not much I can do for you about that. So, I'm in the state of Michigan. We don't have yearly inspections. Generally speaking, our laws, which I used to think sucked, are really not that bad. So our state, our state laws are nothing on the front doors and windshield unless you have a medical exemption. And that's not for me to figure out. I do the work that is requested. So we're gonna put this on here, we're gonna let this dry, and while we're letting this dry, we're gonna go do the rest. See? Save time. New York is terrible. Yeah, I hear. No fun. No fun in extreme cases. That's not the state, or that's not the case with a lot of states actually. Like Florida is a little bit lighter on the back, believe it or not, but you're allowed to have tint on the front. So like Florida's like I believe like 30 in the front and 15 on the back. It just varies from state to state. And then they have different laws from SUVs versus sedans and coupes. I'd be really paranoid in a state with like tint on the back. That would be super annoying to me. But Michigan being the front two doors, it's not too bad. It's not too bad on, like, yeah, if they catch you with the front doors, it's not like you have to get everything. It's just the front doors. It could be way worse. I should have a light. Am I streaming with a GoPro? Yeah. It's the only way to do the wireless bit of this, or else it would be too much of a pain in the ass to try and move a camera around while I'm actually working.
There's that one bulb I haven't set up yet. Are the ones you're installing on the front legally too dark? It depends on if they have a medical exemption or not. I don't know. Without it, yes. With it. It's just one of those things. %70 is basically glass with no tint. Yeah, you're not kidding. Some factory glass. No, actually, like 75% is about as dark as it gets with factory glass. So factory glass, if you put a meter on it, like clear glass, it's really not clear. It's usually 75 to 85%, which, yeah, you're right. It's like super light, untinted appearance. If you stack them up together, you'll notice that green hue to it with like a few pieces, but yeah. Yeah, there's like no reason. Like technically, okay, if we're getting super technical in Michigan, you can have the front doors tinted, but you have to have the 4-inch strip, which is literally this. It's like, that's it. Doesn't do a damn thing. I think it really just gives you an excuse to put the visors on. That's pretty much it though. I never understood the 4-inch strip thing. You and me both. I've had people get it. I've done it. There's always somebody. There's always somebody out there that's willing to do it. No idea why, but yeah, it looks bad, it's not helpful, and we charge the exact same amount as doing the full door. Because it really takes me about the same amount of time to fucking tint it with the strip versus the thing, because it's different. It's like, I gotta line it up, I gotta measure, I gotta clean, I gotta install. I still gotta use a fair amount of film because it's not like I really carry around a 10-inch roll. I used to actually, but that was only in like 5% for like windshield strips. But then they want to do like 20 or 35 or something different, and you're just kind of like, ugh. So you got to take a full piece. There used to be like this old thing in like the 80s and the 90s where they used to cut basically like drips, like big gunky looking drips. Like it was like, they used to be like an old trend. It was probably stupid back then, but. And then there's, of course, like the flames that some people get. People like their flames. That's like a more 90s, early 2000s thing. I just want to do more colorful jobs, man. Bring me some like freakish Omnique looking tint. That would be... I want to do a few more of those. I started though at a time. Ooh, tinted a guy's car that turned out to be a serial killer. That's unnerving. I think, oh, I got a really unnerving story. This was not me. But who? So there's a guy that I work with. He told me this story. He said he tinted 2 front doors. Where are you going? He tinted 2 front doors on a vehicle, and the couple was arguing up front. And then when the job was finished, like the person pulled out of the parking lot, and the other person that was there with her T-boned her at the light right in front of the shop and killed her. Like, just was super pissed, T-bone collision, fucking dead. It's like, oh my God. That's super fucked. I think the most I've ever had happen is like having somebody's gun just sit literally right between the driver's seat and the console. It hasn't gotten, I've seen like somebody act all pissy throwing some stuff off the counters. I've seen that, and then the police had to be called. But I've never really had anything horrendous like that, like anywhere near that happen. Just the average disgruntled person that might yell or something. What's the average time to spend tinting a car? It depends on the tinter. I like to stay in the realm of like 2 hours. I've slowed down a little bit with my old age. But additional time for like stuff like the windshield. People are something. I agree. They definitely are something. House windows? No. Interested in a Hero 9 for baseball games? Ooh, tech question. Hero 9 would be great for outdoors. You can stream natively off the black editions. That goes for the 7, the 8, and the 9. There's really no difference between the 7 and the 8 in terms of just streaming. And there's really, the difference with the 9 is like the sensor. So when I tried streaming from the 9 in here, it didn't look as good as what the 8 did. I don't really know why. From what I've researched, the pixels on the sensor are smaller, but there's more of them, so you get more detail, but it just depends on your lighting conditions and shit. So you can stream directly from the 9, no problem. It's if you want to involve OBS and stuff that things get a little bit more complicated. So you can hook up to your phone hotspot and then stream right from it. It probably wouldn't look much better than streaming right from your phone either. Not necessarily. I don't know. It's tough to say. Super chat. I gotta check that out. I don't know. What is up with my... We're having super chats break. I think there's something wrong with Smart Things, which is really weird.
Mike D! Mike D with a $5 super chat. Had no jobs the other day, so I tinted my windshield. And as I'm finishing wiping down, what do you know, a little hair right in front of my face. Thank you so much for the 5. Dude, that sucks. I hate that so much. You've seen on stream how many times I've run into something like that. Everything looks great. You're wiping it down, and then you just like, what the fuck is that? No!
That shit sucks. All right, let's change the battery. You got a haircut? I did. Finally did. I hate going for haircuts. But I did. We kept it longer on the front so I wouldn't look like I'm 6 years old. But I probably look like I'm 10 years old. Is there a specific app for streaming off the GoPro? No, just use the GoPro app. You literally can stream to YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, right off of the GoPro app. So there's no funny business. It's when you want to do something a little bit more creative, you still have to do the RTMP stream to like an RTMP server. So like me switching from my GoPro to here is a lot more complicated than I'd like it to be, but Mike D! No way. But it was still fresh, so I did the old corner peel back, rubbed it out, and it was all good. Dang! Dude, that's on par with what I do a lot of times. Dude, that's awesome. I'm glad it worked out then. Hell yeah. Dude, I've been there so many times. It sucks. Okay, so I'm going to leave a little disclaimer. I don't know why my balloon is not working, but it's not even letting me connect to my smart things right now. So something is wrong with smart things servers, I think. Oh, wait, I think I can do this, though. I think there's one thing that I can do. How do you... No! TV... What are they called? Why is the Hue app so dumb? That's frustrating. Where's my... Come on. What is it even called? I tell ya. What, I gotta use the new one? Living bedroom. No, that's not even gonna work right now. I don't know what is up with my lights right now, but they are being super dumb. So I apologize. I wish it was better, but it's not. Oh. Okay, well, we kind of got it working. I just told all of them to shut off, so I don't know how much that fucker's going to fill up, but anybody that super chatted recently, that probably is going to go for a minute. That's intimidating. God, why is the stupid thing not working? Something's wrong. We can't load your screen right now. No shit. It's still going. It's scary. It's just going. We're just going to wait till it shuts off right now. And then we'll do the back. Oh, that's getting big. Oh, it shut off. Okay. So if I do this, okay. It's still working, kind of. It's just being a bit of a shitter right now. So I don't know why. All right, but let's get back to things. I apologize for the delay. We had to swap a battery and figure out why technical things are not working like they should be, and I still don't know why. But that's getting bigger. Getting bigger. So we have some more GoPro juice. So we're good for like another hour or so before we gotta swap another battery. Okay, so we're gonna be doing a little bit darker on the back three. So we did 20% on the doors and those little quartery strip windows. So where's my 5? There's my 5. Oh no!
God. This always happens. When I cut out like a windshield strip, I throw it in the 5% box. It's done. It's done. And then I pulled it out a couple times without even realizing it was there, and it was already kind of on its way out. It's when you try and save tint for a later job, and then it just doesn't happen. All right. So I didn't throw any like dry shrink prep on this. There's not really much of a reason to. It's a pretty flat back window. I hate scraps. They make me less organized. Same here. It's like if you can use it during that day, it's usually okay for me. But if I have to put it back in a box, I don't have like, you can have like a bunch of different lengths for those windshield strips. So not everything lines up the way that you want it to, or, you know, you do what somebody comes in with like a sedan, wants a strip, and then somebody comes in with a full truck and you're like, what the fuck? I'm generally speaking not a very organized person, period. I have organized chaos. And that's like, I kind of know where I put it last time, but where I put it is always kind of random. I just try and remember where I put it before. Let's cut this little hump out of the way. So this is still wet. So very similar to like the doors. You can snap it a little bit. You can just shrink it down. You can shrink the fingers, but you don't really need to, like I said, these aren't very curved. So you don't need to put like dryer sheet or dry shrink prep or anything on it. Just, we did that on the windshield where there's gonna be a little bit more, but not so much on the back. Back's just pretty quick. Why is this satisfying? I don't know, but I appreciate it. I always feel like tint went a little unnoticed. There's like a handful of detailing type videos that just blew up, and I can tell you everybody in the window tinting community was like, huh? But I think window tint's a little less relatable than cleaning, so I was just really surprised. You're talking like millions upon millions of views with like something simple. We need my light. We can try and cut this out without the light. This is satisfying because it's years of experience that make it look easy. Oh, I appreciate that. It's also funny how misleading that can be too. It's like I watched some jackass on YouTube try and make this look like, make it look really easy, and then I tried to do it and I fucked it up. This is one of those things.
But sometimes we screw up pretty horrendously on this stream. I don't want it to happen, but it does happen. Is it quicker to redo a window rather than fix it? Yes, definitely. So it depends on how bad the mistake is. Most, like if there's something really simple, like you just need to shrink something out, like you got a small finger on the side or whatever, there's little things that you can touch up, and those things are generally okay. But if you like have like a small crease in your window, you can try and hide it a little bit, but more often than not, you have to just redo it. So anytime that you spend trying to fix it, you'll spend like 10, 15, 20 minutes trying to fix it, when if you had just sucked it up and tried to redo it in the beginning, you'd be much better off. Especially because you usually get a better result the second go around. Usually doesn't turn out worse. But that being said, you get really frustrated. As soon as you have to like pull the film off the glass, you're like, ah, bitchy, whiny. And then when you get it back done, you're like, ha, screw you. So we got these little like, got these weirdo little cutouts here. So we're gonna take those out. These are where the defroster tabs still sit on the glass. Why are you tinting outside? That's a real common question on a lot of the videos. So what happens is all the cutting, prep work, shrinking, that happens on the outside. And then the tint actually goes on the inside, but it's easier and more accessible to do all the prep on the outside. If I had a nickel for every time somebody asked me that, every tinner knows that one in person. What a stupid question? No. I'll just throw this out here now. I don't want to hear shit like that in my chat. Basic questions are perfectly acceptable here. What you gotta realize, there's new people that are always coming into window tinting. There's new people that are always coming across the channel. There's no blanket thing that you can put out there where everybody's gonna see it. So this is a very noob friendly channel. So just be respectful. It's actually better to have somebody that's interested and willing to ask why it is a certain way than just be blanketly ignorant. So just throwing that out there. It's something I'm gonna have to say more than once as this channel just kind of naturally grows. Same thing on the group. There's like, my group is good, but it's definitely more like beginner friendly. So it's like, there's just gonna be people that come into the group that ask questions that have already been asked 100 times, and people that have been there for a while that get frustrated with stuff like that. And that's just, I'm sorry, that's just the way it goes. There's lots of other groups too. Can't please everybody. So I do forget that I have a glass board, but when I'm out on the road, this is how I usually prep it. Spray the side, peel it off the side. Be careful on that little bit right there.
And then if you have extra curly film, which I don't, thank God. Tinters that think they know it all. Oh, I know. I like came up in that environment. So when I was learning how to tint, there was the Tint Dude forums. $2 super chat. Bro, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm sorry. I never hear names on my headset. So it'll take me a second to get back, but thank you. When I first started tinting, there was like the Tint Dude forums. Facebook wasn't as popular in terms of group talks and discussions and stuff like that. And it was a really unaccepting culture. If you asked anything basic, they would pretty much try and laugh you out of the group. So I made my own channel, which nobody really was doing at the time at all. And then I made my own Facebook group because it was the same type of shit in all the other Facebook groups too. It's just, there's always gonna be new people, and then it's actually a really good and healthy thing. Because what's gonna happen is the group kind of just naturally gets boring unless you need new people. There's people that drop off. So you always need new people coming in. So, I don't know. Everybody was due at one point. Yeah, there's people that like to make you think that they were born tinting, which to me is like a weird flex. But okay. And then, like, I think the really ignorant thing is, like, when you've been doing a thing for a long time, some people, like, think that it just automatically comes with, like, a certain level of respect. But it's like you're not given respect, you earn it. So that's always been a bit of a weird thing. It's like, I've been tinting for 100 years. It's like, okay, I don't care. You're kind of a dick. We got that done. That's some pressure. Yeah. It definitely can be. Especially when, like, you really start fucking up. There was a stream where I messed up a back window with ceramic tint 3 times in a row. And then there was another one where I messed up ceramic tint on front doors like 3 times in a row. It gets tough. Especially when you're just trying to sort out, like, I just want to run a good stream, man. But I've been tinting for a long time, so I at least, like, have most of that down. And trying to catch up with everything else can become a bit much, but we try and make it work. Did we mess up? No, well, one window, yeah. We messed up one window, but we corrected it. And then very soon we'll get to the windshield.
It's all about the comeback. Have I been busy? No. No, not really. In other things, yeah, but my Tuesdays and Fridays have been still decently busy. I just, like, phone calls and stuff for me as a new shop dropped off pretty quickly, so I take them as I get them. Glass aid works better in the winter. It does, doesn't it? On hot glass, it's not as effective. $5 super chat. Love your videos. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I hope that we're making them better. Yeah, glass aid works best when it's on cold glass. It's more rigid. It sticks really well. And when you peel it, it holds together a lot better. In warm conditions, it softens up a lot more. The reverse of that is the clay bars perform a little bit easier in warm weather. So what was I saying? So for the clay bars, they're a little bit on the harder side, so on a cold day, they're definitely stiff. Does the battery die with the doors open? Nah. No, what'll kill it is if the key gets left on. The doors, when they stay open, you'll have automatic time lights. So the lights will stay on for a little bit of time and then they'll shut off to save battery. So we had them on just for the doors to roll them down, and then we turn the car off. So we're good. Unless it died in that amount of time, which that always happens a little bit more in the winter time too, especially on older cars. So maybe eating our words here pretty soon. All right, so those are cut and shrunk. So now we're gonna slap these on the inside. Pretty quick thing here. They give you a lot of space, unless you have a droopy headliner, which they do. Any recommendations on where to get stuff for beginners? Go to Tint Depot. MyTintStuff.com, that's my site. That also has some beginner stuff. But Tint Depot, they also carry window film. They have good window film. They have more beginner window film. Get yourself like what's called a 2 mil, or no, sorry, 1.5 mil. So the really, really cheap tint is gonna be a lot thinner than what most professionals end up using. So stick with something that's 1.5 mil. If you wanna save a little bit more money, that's fine. You can still use a 1 mil, but it'll be a little bit more like tissue paper. So we clean that off. Yeah, and tell them I sent you. They'll say, neat. Sorry, there's nothing special, unfortunately, but they do appreciate hearing that I refer some people over there. Lexan. So if you get a budget carbon, you're gonna have a harder time shrinking it, and also it's gonna be a little bit more hazy. Ooh. Just got by on that one. So just keep that in mind. There's a lot of people that have started on Lexan and they can get by with it, and it's been decent enough. It's one of the better budget films. It just, the thing that really doesn't sit well with me is always the haze. And then it really does genuinely make it harder for newer people. So any dyed film's gonna shrink pretty easily, so that's like a good baseline for like where you're at. And then when you add carbon and ceramic, generally speaking, that makes it a little bit more difficult to shrink, a little bit slower. So it's like, you'll see the way I'm shrinking and then you'll try it and you'll be like, what the fuck? What am I doing wrong, or what the hell? The Pure Max is a lot better than their cheap stuff. That's good. Can we get it? We got it. You guys ever played Majora's Mask? The big moon that just like eerily looks over everything that you're doing, and you're like, this is what this is like. Get that big old moon up there that's just like 3 days. Dawn of the third day. Neat. We're pretty much done with the rest of the vehicle. We got a little bit of touch-up work to do. Make sure all our edges are tacked down, stuff like that. Nothing major. But now we got the windshield that we can do. All right. So what do we have on this? 70, 78. Okay, so we're doing good. It's 2 o'clock, 2:17. We're not doing bad. So we're going to be doing 50% on this windshield. It's a really short one. So if I had a 24-inch roll, it would probably cover, but I don't, so we got to use a bigger roll. But it is what it is. I usually only carry one size of 50 because most people don't get 50 on their front doors. But windshields, it's much more common. And just can you tell me how to fix my tiny keg? That fix the tint keg so it's not much pressure. No, just put less pressure in it. You don't have to fill it up all the way. Just literally like put the air on there for like a couple seconds. No, see, the funny thing about tint keg or just like tiny instead of tint is my phone would always autocorrect me. So whenever I typed in tint stuff, it would autocorrect it to tiny stuff. And it was like, thanks, dude. Thanks. Feels bad, dude. Feels bad. All right, let's do this windshield now. Seems like everything is working. I guess I won't really know until after this. We don't want to pick that up, whatever that was.
But we have one more roll sitting over there. That is my 50%. How much would you charge? How much would you charge for mirror tint on an F-150 panoramic roof? Probably like $125, I think. It's nothing I carry though. Okay, so we need to get this from here to over there and toss. Don't fall down, don't fall down. Stay. There we go. Stay. It's always the challenge, trying to get it to stay as you're unrolling it, and then the whole thing will like slump down. It's heavy. Hey, I've learned a lot from your vids, and I tinted my friend's car with your vids. Nice. Does that mean I get a royalty on that? No? Dang. Is there a difference between 24-hour stream? No, we're not ever doing a 24-hour stream. I'm not even interested in watching 24-hour streams, let alone doing one. I've seen it. I've like seen a couple of streamers do them, but you tune in for a little while and then you tune back in hours later and you just watch them slowly fall apart. And you go to sleep and you wake up and they're still streaming and they look like they're exhausted and you're just like, yep. Fuck that. I can't figure out why my Frankensteins come out cleaner. That's how mine were for a very long time. See, I have a good idea at this point why Frankensteins, especially for back windows, I still do them for back windows. I don't reverse roll back windows, but I do reverse roll windshields. Windshields, trying to carry them in, they're just wider, and sometimes you just get, oh, come on, there we go. Back windows are generally speaking not as wide as like a windshield, so there's like a few more things that can go wrong with a windshield versus a back window, and people are staring out of the windshield, so you have a little bit more to be careful on with the windshield versus a back window. That's just how it is. You want both of them to turn out squeaky clean. But it's just one of those things that, like, you know, you got defroster lines, people aren't staring out of it, but with the windshield, it's all just clear, no lines on the glass. A lot can go wrong. And then they're sitting there staring at it while they drive. So what I've done to kind of clean up my reverse rolls is, one, practice, and two, I squeegee the tint before I peel it.
And that's helped a ton. But with the Frankenstein, it's kind of like there's less going on. It's just quick. You just peel it, you slap it in, and then you're done. So as for a windshield, I'll have more little crinkles and stuff in it. For a reverse roll, it'll generally be smoother on a windshield. But it takes me more time to do a reverse roll than it does to just peel it and go. So I mean, I've always charged more for windshields anyways, so it fits. Bigger piece of glass, more can go wrong, that type of stuff. Need a little bit more. No. There we go. So it's a little bit, gotta be careful in this corner. The rest of it, it's pretty stubby. Not a lot to shrink, but the corners definitely curve in a little bit more. So just be careful. Pull shrink them, push a little out on the side. We're using Pro Classic, so this is a color stable dyed film. This is my entry. Oh, is there a difference between mirror and reflective? No, really just two different ways of saying it. The percentage of that tint is what would make it more reflective or not. And I guess the type, because they're starting to do, like there's quite a few different Chinese films out there. There's no like reputable American companies. It's like most of that shit's out of China just because they have pretty, I don't know, it doesn't move near as much. So that's why most tint is black. Like that's what most people are looking for. You're getting some more iridescence and stuff like that coming to market, but that's generally speaking not through any major company because it just sits on a shelf. People don't want to buy full rolls just to have them sit there. They want to buy something that's in demand. Do I do chameleon tint film? I would do it if a customer brought it in. But it's not, like I said, it's nothing I'm just gonna keep on a shelf. Most people don't want it. You just need to find a really unique situation. Omnique is a new brand? Yeah, but all it probably is just that. It's probably something that you can directly source out of China, and they're just slapping their own label on it. But I mean, after using it, it installed fine. It looked crazy. They have a three-year warranty on it, which is a little skimpy. It's definitely a little skimpy. Like, anything that says it's gonna last for 3 years, I don't know. But their claims as far as IR heat rejection are definitely accurate. So I put that shit in front of a heat lamp, and it performed basically on par with my ceramic. So the specialty of the ceramic, though, is that it's you can have any shade you want. It's non-reflective. Reflective film is naturally going to be a little bit more better for heat, but it stands out a lot more, so that's why you just don't see it. People are scared enough on getting pulled over with making their windows darker. So with mirror film, you'd have to go like very mirrored. But it looks fucking cool. I'd love to install some more. It's just good fun. All right, we need our towel and I think a rope. You still got that little, still gotta put, what am I trying to say? We gotta get this little adhesive off here. Can't forget that. There is a whole hell of a lot of gap here. That's nice. That just makes life easier for me. Definitely gonna put a rope. Yes, 50 on the windshield. Holy shit, you could probably get like 2 or 3 of these ropes in here. Usually you don't have near this amount of room. You have it on my Explorer though. Anywhere where they give you a lot of extra space, it's just nice. You don't really, it installs more like a quarter window than anything. The rope is to soak up water. That's a soak shield. See, look at how professional we are. We should probably unplug this. We'll put that back. We gotta clean our clay bar off, I think, too. I have hot water now, though, so that's encouraging. Let's just go rub. I was trying to clean out my hot water heater thingy. It doesn't have a drain. I also need a wash tub in here. I still need to do that. Come on. Where's my hot water? There it is. So I usually use this on the doors, and then I'll make sure it's a little bit extra clean for going for a windshield. Just hot water, that's all you need. Most everything will just start falling out if you collect a little dirt and stuff. It'll slowly start to get discolored, but I've been using this one for at least a month. Oh my God. All right, should be pretty straightforward here. Spray it off, clean it off, done. We're gonna take off the tool belt, so it just makes it easier to kind of like get closer and you're not butting so much against the windshield or the steering wheel. Oh, we gotta cut out this too. So you could cut this out during installation or before. It's easier to just cut it out before, but you can still cut it out on the inside. Just make sure it's clean. White clay bar versus a white scrub pad. The clay bar, I can see what I'm pulling off the glass, and it's not leaving little bits. It seems to, I don't know, work very similar, if not a little bit better, but you're still pretty good with the scrub pad. They definitely work better on the defrosters though. The clay bars do. Which is why I use it more on everything else. Do I put the glass aid on the outside of the border? Yeah. Yeah, and then cut in the center of it. That's just how I do it. You can do it any way you want. I put it on the outside just so I can still see the border if I ever need to. And then it's a 1/4 inch wide, so when you cut in the center, you have an 1/8 inch gap. You can cut it a little closer if you need to. Just gives you a little bit of wiggle room, so you don't like accidentally cut too far in. All right, we got one more squeegee to grab, and then we can roll this up, slap it in. So like I said, ooh, I guess we're gonna cut it on the inside too. Should we? I guess so at this point. So this squeegee, this is another like one of those big old shower squeegees. I'm trying to remember where I got this one. It's probably like a Target or something. Not a big deal. A lot of them are very similar. So before I peel this, I will squeegee the whole thing. And then when I reverse roll it, it's been much cleaner. Sometimes there's little pieces on the edges and those feed back into your tint.
As a helpful tip from somebody in the community a while back. I don't remember. I think it was for my reverse roll video, so this was like going a while back. But turned out to really, really help things. And then just practicing. And then figuring out this like semi-unique peeling method. So there's another thing. It's like when people just like, pick it up and spray it and lay it back down, that always seemed really messy to me. And I would get extra shit on the sides, but doing things a little bit more organized helps. What is that? 1 second. Hello, Detroit Tint Studio. How can I help you? Yeah, I do actually. What kind of coupe? Oh, okay, awesome. Yeah, absolutely. Cyan TC for just the sides and the back would start at $240. That's in a lifetime warranty color stable dyed film. I have a couple other films that you can pick from that have added heat rejection. Yeah, $240. Is that something you want to schedule? Oh, it's cutting out a little bit, isn't it? Uh-oh. That's no good. 1 second. Yeah, 1 second. Let me... We're gonna... My phone is somehow being stupid. Come on. 1 second, guys. Sorry. I know I got this sitting here, but I can, I guess, wait. Oh, there it is. Yay, stupid phone. Hi, this is Matt from the Tint Studio. Hey, yeah, sorry, I changed my internet connection, so hopefully we have a better connection. It'd be extra depending on the type of film that you go with. So 240 is in a color stable dyed with a lifetime warranty. I have a carbon and a ceramic available, but it'd be 240 for the sides and the back, starting. Okay, sounds good. Yep. Bye. That's usually a no. Okay, we're doing fine. He said he'll call me back tomorrow if he decides to go with me. Oh shit! There we go. Sorry about that. My bad. Dang, you guys are missing windshield action. Well, like I said, that doesn't usually go very well. He's like, I'll call you back tomorrow if I decide to go with you. Uh-oh. Hello, Detroit Tint Studio. Dang. People are just wasting my time right now. Feels bad, man. So generally speaking, it's a much tougher sell if people are calling around and then you just like, they call this person, this person, this person. And they'll just ask for quotes. And it's like, they don't really like, they might look at like a couple reviews before they call, but they don't look into much more than that. And generally speaking, that's not exactly most of my clients that I end up landing. So yeah, I get people that try and haggle me down. I just say no, and then they either hang up or they go with what I told them. It's just how it is. I mean, there's definitely more incentive in the slower times to like offer a discount or something like that, but that's not why I'm in business. Neat. So that's how you cut it out on the inside. While you're talking about price. Just make sure we're all the way over this way. Good, good, good. Those people don't pay for quality. Yeah, generally speaking, I mean, they'll like, it depends. But yeah, they're definitely not interested in you as like a business. They're just like, I just want tint. And they'll just like, some people are more inclined to go with people that are less expensive. But they're not, I don't know. They don't really look into it a lot more than that. I think there's more people out there that are just looking for the convenience of like a guy that can do it now than actually doing research and looking for a place that can do something better or has better ratings or whatever. But yeah, it it happens to me too. Doesn't matter if I have a channel or not. People don't know who the fuck I am. Especially under a different name. So more often than not, people find me locally on like maps or something. And then to get them past that into like, hey, check out the channel or something like that. It's like, that usually happens after they've already gotten their job done. Some people come in because of it, but it's not as many as people that just find me on maps or something. Maps or Facebook. All right, let's scrub it down. Let's check it out. Looking pretty good. How to stop white around the dot matrix? There's not much of a way to do it. You can wait for it to dry out or dry it out yourself and then try and press it down.
people are somewhat recommending like sanding or something. I'd be pretty leery to ever take sandpaper because you might get a lot of little micro scratches. I mean, and sanding, even sanding's different for some people. So like some people, when they talk about sanding, they're talking about just sanding like this bigger dot matrix area up here. And then when some people sand, you're usually not talking about just doing this little lip all the way around, and it would make it extremely difficult to try and do that at the very bottom. So on something like this, you could get to it, but on most back windows, you're not going to get to it. And then that whole comes with, you know, what are people actually willing to pay for a job? How much time? Like, it's one of those things that it is what it is. What was that? Why does the tint look more matte from the outside? So the film right now is gonna look matte with this lighting. So I have a really soft diffuser above it, and that actually gives the whole vehicle a really soft white glow to it right now. So as soon as you bring it out into regular sunlight light, it's gonna look a lot more sharp and normal. It's just the lighting that I have set up in here. That makes it easier for you guys to kind of see what I'm doing, and then also like is a lot easier for looking for imperfections. So if you've ever gone outside on a cloudy day, you can see every little imperfection in your window tint. So that was what I was trying to do with this big old diffuser. People said double aught steel wool works. I'm not a fan. I don't want to say it not going to work, but I've heard a lot of things quote unquote work. And anytime somebody tried to show me in person, it's like, I don't know. The most effective thing I ever saw was people using sandpaper, and what sandpaper is going to do is gonna like wear against. I don't really have any double-sided stick tape, but they need to leave this off anyways. I was just hoping I could tuck this under here. I was just hoping I could maybe make this stick up here, because sometimes you can wedge it just a little bit, but it's a little difficult to like get your fingers under there. So I don't know. Maybe I'll try and touch it up in a little bit. I wouldn't stick it back on the tint, but just kind of like wedge it up there so it can kind of not dingle dangle so much. Heat gun. That little guy. This windshield looks really good. I'd hope so. I'm not seeing any miscellaneous little shits there. Does anybody ever try and come at you for window tint if they get pulled over? No. I don't doubt that it happens, but it's never something I've had to actually deal with. I've been on the back end though for a lot of my tinting career. So it might have gotten brought up to like a salesperson and they would just say, no, I'm sorry. And you just keep disclaimers on your stuff. I don't know. Most people are reasonable. Especially in certain price ranges, I guess. If that makes sense. So, like, I've had more headaches with really, really cheap jobs than I've ever had with more expensive jobs. This little guy. Nice. Looking good. I don't know, there's a lot of what if scenarios. Most of the time they just don't happen. You get a vibe from somebody very quickly in your interaction with them. Most people are pretty chill. Most people, like, if they've settled on going with you, they're just kind of like, hey, I want window tint. You're like, okay, let's go over shades. You interested in heat rejection? Yes, no. And you just kind of figure out what they want to go with. You pull in the car, you do good work, they're more than happy, give them a good customer experience, and then they're on their way. That's how most things go. Sometimes if you're a little bit cheaper though, I don't know what it is. I think it's... I think sometimes it can just be like, I have a little bit here. I think I'm gonna redo this one again. There's a couple little things. It went cleaner, it really did. But I think I still got some schmutz on it. So we're gonna just peel this guy off. We're gonna go again. Ugh. Now we got glue to deal with. Sometimes I miss Avery. Some people just won't. Cheap work, like, it's not surprising. It's like, I'm the same way. If I don't understand what I'm looking for necessarily, then I'll look for a cheaper option. It all depends on what you value. People that generally care about their car a little bit more, care a little bit about nicer things, those are the types of people that are generally gonna get a nicer film on their car. But there's probably way more people that just buy their car or use their car and they don't give two shits about it. And then they just do what they want to do. You know what I mean? Oh, shit. I'm so sorry. Dom, I'm so sorry. I did hear it. I'm sorry. I was distracted. Dom with the $3. Heck yeah, bro. Big inspiration that got me to tint. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Here, I'm gonna do something quick. Ooh, it brought it right up. This. Yeah, buddy! Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I played it again for you. Oh! What? Oh my god. Chat. Wait, what? Alert? No, that should be this one. That's goofy. I don't know if it's working. GoPro. Huh. Maybe it'll work now. I don't know what the deal was. Oh well. I don't know. I didn't think they were popping up on the GoPro. Yeah, tape it. Just like we did with the other one. Like I said, normally I wouldn't. Oh shit. Oh, it did pop up. Oh. Wild card. Holy shit. Where's my stream? Wild card with the $25. Holy shit, dude. Dude, that's huge. I really appreciate that. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on with the No, that's working. I don't know what the deal is, but my my balloon is definitely lacking today. So I think I can do this. I think I can do that. And then I can do that. And then I can do that. No, even that didn't work. Oh, shoot. I'm not even connected anymore. Dang. I'm sorry. I'm getting distracted. This happens too much. I gotta figure this out off stream. But Mike D with a $5. All right, peace out. Gotta do an 04 Dodge Ram. Just the fronts and strip. I think thanks for another great stream. Thanks, man. I really appreciate that. Glad you liked the stream. It's probably broken from last stream. I tried to fix it. There. We're manually running it right now. I do not know why SmartThings just took a shit on me. But it's I don't know how long it's gonna go right now, but I think I'm scared. Oh wait, I do have a way to check it. Is this working? Oh God. It's gotta fuck me, dude. Oh God. I think it's gonna blow up this time. I'm really nervous right now. We got one door window to do. But oh fuck me. It's going. It's gonna go 100%. Yeah, no way around it now. I pushed the other button. Oh God. It's really getting up there, isn't it? Oh, I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like it. It's still going. There's no need for any more super chats. It's gonna go. Ah! Me. Ugh. There we go. All right. Thank you for all the super chats, guys. I really appreciate it. Let's get back to work. I'm just gonna let it run out now. We're still figuring out glitches. No confetti? No, not in that one. I have a confetti balloon, but I spent too long. I spent too long trying to even get it up and running, so we'll get on the rest of it soon. What are we letting run out? We're letting the air compressor. So basically, the way that this works is when there's a super chat, my air compressor is supposed to kick on. God damn it. This is why I need tape. I really just need it on this one. I apparently put a lot of seconds on it. So what my oldest brother came in, he came in on Saturday late and then tried to help me out with a programming situation. He knows how to program a bunch of stuff. So it's a bit of a tricky situation, but basically trying to help me with when somebody super chats, it runs the air compressor for a certain amount of time. And then when somebody else super chats, it adds time to a virtual counter. So it basically just continuously runs until whatever predetermined time off the super chats goes, runs out. What's interesting is that these are more like schmeckens instead of seconds, so I don't really know what happened there, but it's running for way longer than it should have. Yeah, that's going for way longer than it ever should have. Well, whatever time I had it set, it's just like ignoring it and it's just being goofy. My whole SmartThings platform isn't even happening. We still had a little bit, when I let this settle, there's still like a handful more schmutz in it than I'd like. So I thought this one turned out pretty good, but there's just a little bit of something. So we're just gonna make it look a little bit better. And definitely got to remember to bring my tape next time. Not something I typically run into though. So we're doing what we can, but the problem too is that it's a little damp. I like sheathing tape. The carpet shield isn't ideal. But you definitely got to do it while it's dry. Don't wet down the seals and then tape it. It's not going to stick that way. So being that we already tinted it and have to retape it, or I guess tape it for the first time, we'll definitely readjust next time.
Hey! Who was that? Rob! Rob with the 5. Learned a lot from your videos. Every time I go to put back window, it always dries too fast, makes it hard to move. What can I do different? Add more soap, 100%. And also don't, it sounds like you might be tinting outside. I mean, if it's sticking like very quickly, if you're in the sun, get it in the shade, because definitely add more soap. That's like the #1 thing that you can do. There isn't much else you can do on a back window, but also depends on, like, there's a lot of people saying in chat, depends on the soap that you're using. If you're using Tint Slime, the green stuff, the green just sticks a lot. The orange is better. It's gonna slide around a lot more. But as soon as you switch to baby shampoo, you're gonna notice it sliding a lot more better. A lot more better. I think you should go back to baby shampoo. Yeah, I mean, look, it's got to work for you. Here's what I noticed with the green. No matter how much green that I added, it still stuck very quickly. So what you're experiencing is not that unusual. The orange stuff worked better. It still tacked up relatively quickly, but it would slide a little bit better, would act a little bit more like baby shampoo. So their marketing on the orange, in my opinion, has always been wrong. They say the orange is for hotter days. The orange is just when you want it to act more like baby shampoo. What are you using for invoices? Yeah, Tint Wiz. There's another industry one. It's called Fusion All Type. It's made more. It's like, I'd compare it more similar to like Dawn. So, I don't know. Soap's just one of those things. You gotta play around with a few different ones until you find something that works best for the tint that you're using. So like one that I really like to do right now is 3/4 baby shampoo, 1/4 Dawn. Even in the cold weather, it seems to work really well. This stuff tends to stick a lot quicker, so that's where you're gonna want something that just adds a little bit more slip. Makes it like a little slip and slide. Do I still use the dollar store one? No. I tried. I really thought it was better, and in some areas it is. But there definitely is a concentration difference between dollar store baby shampoo and name brand Johnson & Johnson. But Johnson & Johnson, they changed the bottles and the price. They made that shit much more expensive for what it is. Is the Jeep Liberty hard to tint? No, it's really not. There's just these back windows. I'm having like throwbacks to when I used to do these a lot. And same thing, these back doors, they're not that hard. They're really tight there, and they got felt. So if you have felt that leaks out into your tint, it's kind of shit. What kind? You can use the gold or the lavender. There's probably a few others that you could use too. I switch back and forth. As far as I can tell, there's no difference. So it's just like, which smell do you prefer? I was getting the lavender for a long time, but there's like no real good reason for it. Gold works fine. Just having a more concentrated, slippery soap. God damn it, come on. Just slide it in. I'm getting impatient now. Does anybody pop the balloon? Yeah, we popped it. It was kind of messing up a lot today. I don't know what the deal is. I got everything set up. It was working. And then all of a sudden, my smart controller is just no longer supported or working, or I don't know what the hell happened. So it's just being dumb. There we go. That's what we want to see. Hopefully this turned out much better this time. Just one of those things. More technical problems. The good news is that we're 100% on the GoPro microphone. And as far as I can tell, there's like some small hiccups here or there, but nowhere near as bad as it was before. So I'm much happier with the way that at least the GoPro is running now than it was before. I might have to tweak like some brightness settings or something, but as far as I can tell, we're doing pretty good. Thanks, dudes, for chiming in on that one too. I like slime, but the orange one, I got so irritated. So, like, lots of those situations pop up where it's like, hey, I don't understand this tint slime thing. And it's like, well, the green one, basically the way to look at it is the green one is super sticky. Doesn't matter how much you add. And the orange one is more slippery, but it's marketed towards hot conditions. And I think that's just, I just think that's not exactly entirely accurate. Like, sure, hotter weather, but also just like what? So I can't use it in the wintertime? Or I shouldn't use it in the wintertime? It gets confusing. You can definitely use it year-round. And it just works pretty well. More similar to baby shampoo, but it isn't quite as slick. So that's where regular baby shampoo is much more slippery. So the way that I install things is just generally like I slide it on the glass more. There's some people that just like bump it. Where was that? We got this little guy right here. And then let's look at that one. That one turned out peachy. We did tape on that one. Yeah, definitely recommend some tape. It's especially on these older seals that fall apart. But tape that's gonna be really thin. Don't use, I don't know. I don't like painter's tape. Alrighty, she's looking good. We got full windshield, sides, back. We like harmful chemicals. We like harmful chemicals, and we like wasting plastic. Lots and lots of plastic. You mess up a pattern, more plastic wasted. Gotta pick up all the scraps. We got this little guy right here. Done. Done. Sure all these edges are locked down. Good deal. Sweet. She's all set. 100. Yeah, this looks better now. And then, where's the key? Right there. Don't want to lock that in the car. What? Position. There we go. Yeah, dudes. She's all set. So now it's that's left. Take a picture. Let the client know. And then that should be that. Let me take some pictures. All right. Where are they? What? We got weird spam in chat. And then how do we, can we delete, remove? Huh, interesting. I don't know if you can just block somebody in the stream. That's weird. Wait, did you get a haircut? I did! A little bit.
Okay. Cool. They're very enthusiastic. I text a picture. They're like, hell yeah. So they're going to come and pick it up. And I got to start typing up their invoice. So I'm going to be on stream for a minute. Shoot. Oh, wait. I know where it is. Victory dance. Okay, I'll text you when I'm on the way. Okay, cool. So they're not on the way yet. So I got a little bit of time. I'm trying to think. Where Cash. They did a deposit with Cash App. Oh, there it is. Cool. And it gives me their name. Perfect. Yay! I wish I could show you this kind of stuff, the way that I do invoices and whatnot. But I don't want to dox people. So that's where, like, I have to blur something out, but I don't really know how to do this very well. I use Tint Wiz. So this is a Liberty. So we scroll down to Jeep Liberty. I don't remember the year. Let me check. Two 2007. 2007. Then we create a project. Is the baby almost here? It's coming. November 18th is the due date. We are very ready. Okay, add application areas. So in Tint Wiz, what's cool is you can actually specify the windows and what type of film that you did. So this can take a little bit of time, but it's worth it. Front side windows. I wish I could show you guys more, but like I'm gonna dox my customer and I don't want to do that. So 20 on the front doors. And then 20 on the back. That's Pro Classic. Sorry, I gotta get my chat back up here too. Can you put the name and logo on the invoice? Yeah. Yeah, it keeps all your information on there. So it looks very, very professional. Windshield, that's the last one. And then we did Pro Classic 50. We go back to the project. Go price. And then we did 130 plus 280 or 10.
Oh, shoot. I gotta edit this. Projects. I said C2. My bad. There we go. What kind of POS? I use the PayPal. Where's my PayPal reader? Oh, there it is. I have it right here. So I use this little guy. This hooks up to my phone. They make it really easy. So it's not like card reader, reads cards, type up whatever, and then email them a receipt. That all works well and good. You don't have to pay for equipment or anything like that. Their rates are pretty decent too. And then you get money instantaneously too. So as soon as somebody pays over PayPal, it's like you just get it. You don't have to wait 3 to 5 days or whatever some of them make you wait. All right, so that's looking better. Cool. So that's all ready. All I need is their email, and then I can send them an invoice. I can also send it to their phone. Ooh. My GoPro just died. Well, there's good timing. We're all pretty much out of batteries, too, I think. Well, that worked. I can go back through the footage, check it out, see how it looked, make adjustments if I need to, but it's not bad. It's not bad at all. The most technical difficulties that we had for some reason were with the with my little smart things thing, which was fine. And now it's just telling me my hub is online and it won't let me connect to any of my smart devices in this shop, which is really, really weird. That sucks because we just spent the weekend programming this thing and it worked, and I think it still does work, but there's something going on with my devices. Maybe I have to update the app. I don't know. That could be. Let me see if there is an update. There is an update. That could be it. Wouldn't that be some shit? Alrighty. Well, I guess we're pretty much at the end of the stream, though. I can figure this out, and then there... So yeah, I don't know. That's pretty good. See if it fixed it. I gotta sort out some technical things. Most everything else worked though, so that's cool. So big shout out to all the super chats. Let me get those up here. Yeah, huge shout out to everybody. Steven, Versatility, I Hate Arena, T-Jet, I Hate Arena, Javier, Washington, Mike D, David, Jack, Jack, Tom, Wildcard, Mike, and Rob. Thank you all for the super chats. I really, really appreciate it. It's always fun trying to pop that balloon. I'll try and get things more sorted out next time, because it's just, I don't know. I don't want it to take away from the stream too much. I want it to be fun. I want it to be entertaining. I want it to kind of build up some hype and then scare the shit out of me. That's always a good time. For those of you remaining that are still here listening to me babble on, the Facebook group is available to anybody that wants to join. So I'm going to type a link for that in chat /Tinternet. So yeah, my Facebook group, that's usually where the community hangs out. It's where most window tint communities hang out. There aren't that many. But yeah, you can post cars, you can post questions. We maybe should do, if I have more time,
We maybe should do like bring some of those up on stream. That would probably be really cool, and answer some of those questions on stream. But I'll respond to people's questions, and there's a lot of good people in the community asking different stuff. When is the next stream? I don't know. I currently don't have another scheduled appointment, so as soon as I do, I'd post about it, I think. This one was kind of like I was intending to go live with 2 full windshields, and then they didn't get the film in time. It was some special ordered Omnique film that we were going to do on stream. And then this one was one that's scheduled on Friday for today. So the schedule kind of got rearranged at least a couple times. Okay, so they're on their way. Good deal. Alrighty, so I don't know exactly when the next stream is, but I'll try and post about it if I know if it's a for sure thing. And thank you, everybody, for hanging out with me. I want to do these as often as I can, usually at least 3 times a week, but if I just don't have an appointment, then I need to figure out something else to do on stream. So maybe we'll fuck around with something else that I have. If I buy Glass A tape, when do you ship? Most likely it would ship early tomorrow. And with that, thank you guys so much for hanging out. And why is monetization off YouTube? Dang. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.